What's up? We're so back. How's everybody doing? We're back. Welcome back to the stream. We had a good stream yesterday. Hope you guys got to play around with the indicator we built yesterday a little bit. I'm sure some of you were able to build out and make it 10 times cooler than what we built. But appreciate everybody tuning in. We're going to get started here in just a minute. We'll build something new. I did want to go over an indicator that if you just saw that video we posted on TikTok, it's a pretty unique little indicator there from the Tom Trades guy. He has very interesting strategies that I wanted to check out. I wanted to check out on different time frames. I actually wanted to look at it on NQ, extended hours. Yeah, I want to look at the strategy on NQ. It has to do with Asia session. It's it's quite unique. It's like, yeah, well, I mean that. Oh, it broke the low. They didn't break the high. So essentially, let's look here. Go back to another Asia session, see if we get anything else, and then there you go, broke the high. Looking for the reversal to the other direction. So that was a pullback, high break, last 30 minutes, BOS. You could potentially trade it with a BOS maybe. So let everybody tune in here, see what we got going on. Hope you all have been well. Still coming from a downwards trend. So essentially, what this indicator we just built here is quite an interesting one. Essentially, the strategy is the first hour of Asia session, you get the high and low of those candles. You want to break the high of that first hour of Asia session. And then you look for a structure shift kind of in the last 30 minutes. Seems to work better on gold than it does on other markets. We need, he said, we need something to detect best orb setup. Filter the best profitable ticker when the market opened. Yeah, orbs are good. Buddy's waiting once a week for a trade. It takes multiple concepts. I think he trades a lot of concepts than just this one. This is just one of the many. But these higher time frame candles are pretty cool. Having those there. I am kind of curious. We can go back and see some other days. Let's just go to the 10th. When was that? Last week? Let's go to the 5th. In March? Oh, it wants me to go back further. I don't know. Let's just go to last Friday then and see. I mean, this one here actually would have worked very well. Huh. That's pretty good. So essentially, this would have played out beautifully because the strategy is you have the high and low, you break the one direction, then you're reversing the opposite. So you wait for a structure shift, which would have been here. Now this strategy doesn't set up a ton, but this one actually would have hit a 2-to-1. Your entry would have been right there. So you got your hour open here. Broke the high, and then you want to go for the low. To me, though, it's like if you're trading, if it's been in a downtrend on the higher time frame, which it has, you can see it has bigger candles. I would want to trade the opposite of it, but I guess you could essentially trade the continuation. I mean, it worked. Why not build point pivot hourly? There's a lot of things we could build, man. What game is this? We're playing Minecraft in the background. Let's keep looking. Honestly, let's just go all through March. Let's go all through March and see. Oh. Are you really going to give me the... What was the last available bar? The 8th was starting the 8th. I'm starting the 9th. I have to go... I hate when replay mode doesn't load. So this is... I mean, this is it, guys. That did well there. So check this. Here's another setup. So you got the low break. You get a change character. Let's make this. Okay, it is 5. I mean, let's make that more. I don't know. Let's make it a 7. There you go. I like that. A little bit bigger structure shifts. So you get the low break, and then you get your change character here, which is super clean, because then you could put your long right here, essentially going in from the back half. I mean, it's not perfectly the back half, but I mean, you could have entered on this structure shift probably, but I'd rather have stronger structure shifts. This one had a really nice move after the fact, going into Asia. Reversal from all-time highs. Why not? Bro's from Nigeria, dude. That's pretty sick. Can you make a PO3 indicator? We've made a ton of PO3 indicators. All right, so this is, we're just going through, this is one we just built on that video if you guys are joining us from the video. But essentially, as of right now, I wanted to see how many of these may have set up well. So let's actually go to, this is the 9th. So the 9th would have had a nice trade. Let's go to the 10th. See how many times we would actually get a setup. The second hour open breaks the low. Now we need an upside change character. In the back half. Change character already happened. Right here. And that's a BOS. I mean, man, just structure shift though. We probably don't even need, but he wants it in the back half of that 30-minute candle. Man, it seems like, but oh, I'm dumb. It broke the high first. That was out of the gate though. Either way, could have traded that actually quite nicely. It broke the high first, but also broke the low. So, and it came off of a downwards move. So I definitely would have taken a long instead of a short. So that would have been 2 for 2. That was the 10th. Let's go to the 11th. See what we get here. Second hour open. We got the low break there. Now we're looking for the back half 30 minutes of the candle. What's that change character right there? That's a pretty long. Let's see if it continues though. I mean, man, there's three in a row. It's actually pretty good. That's a pretty crazy change of character. Let me dumb that down again. Let's go back to 5 and see if that would have put it there. So yeah, that makes more sense. You would have had it here. I'm in a pretty aggressive low for a 2-to-1. Pretty aggressive stop. I don't think I would put a stop that low, but I mean, it didn't hurt to see if it plays out. You probably would have maybe taken profits at that high there isn't bad. You probably would have, I would have been out by the time that did, but it did make a nice move. What up, guys? Appreciate you all tuning in. We're going over an indicator that is actually surprising me. I'm going to, you know what? I haven't even saved this. I'm going to save this one. That we built. If you saw that video, you're just tuning in from the video that I just posted. Built it from that Tom Trades guy. He's a very good trader. We built this particular strategy. One of the many strategies that he uses. I like this because we had a big, nice high pump here. Let's see if we get a shift to the downside. Give me that change of character. Nah, give it to me. Dang. There would be a change of character. Does it go lower from here, though? That's the question. It takes out the high again, and then, yeah, no. See, that's why you would want to have it somewhere around here early on. So it's the 12th. Let's go to the 13th. We'll just do this 1 week. Would be the last day, and then we're gonna build something else. Nice big push down. Definitely would be looking at this one for reversal, but I would want it to break. The hold on. Oh, I did the wrong time, didn't I? We said the 12th. We said the 12th. 13th. Oh, forgot we had the that market didn't open that night. Duh. So it'd be this this day. So it'd be the that Sunday. We'll do Sunday. Asia session. There we go. Here we go. High break. We technically would want to take a reversal. Just came off of a push already. I would want to go long in this scenario. So we're in the back half here. There's that change of character. Back half happened there, then you would take your short here. And then, in my opinion, I would just target the low. Would have been what? That's a 3-to-1. It would have hit 2-to-1, which is still pretty good. I mean, if you want to scalp, it's a 1 minute chart. This is a particular strategy though from that video. If you guys want this exact indicator, go check out that video on, if you're on YouTube or if you're on TikTok, you can actually get access to this indicator right now. If you're on TikTok, just DM us the word Asia. If you're on YouTube, just look at the pinned comment in that video that we just posted. It is a short form video. Let's build something new though. Let's build something new. We always like to start with brainstorming ideas with Quant. We can move on from there. Yesterday we built a order block indicator. So today we're not going to build an order block indicator. Again, whatever we build today, guys, if you want access to it for absolutely free, all right, make sure that you go to luxalgo.com and you make a free account. It's the only way you're going to get access to the indicator. You will have to have a free account. And I'm going to show you guys something cool at the end of this as well. All right, so we got a volatility adjusted trailing stop. Multi-time frame trend aggregator. That's pretty much just going to give us a table, you know, with where it thinks it's going. Institutional market structure, FVG, and liquidity. The twist, instead of just showing gaps, the script could track mitigation when price returns to fill the gap and change the box color or transparent as it gets filled. You could also add an alert for when the gap is 50% filled. Relative strength comparative is interesting. Develop a tool that measures how a ticker is performing relative to a benchmark. The twist, instead of just a ratio line, the twist, instead of just a ratio line, use a gradient colored histogram. If the stock is outperforming the benchmark and the benchmark is also trending up, the histogram glows bright green. If the stock is lagging, it turns dim or red. This is excellent for finding alpha in a sector. I like this sector based. Let's build this one. Let's build this. So we're gonna start with this. See what we get. All right, got the script already popping up here. Probably should be good for ES. I'm an ES sucker. How's the ES doing today? Nice pump skis today. Nice pump skis. Off the low. Not really. I mean, that's a big. Those are some big short covers. Hasn't gone anywhere today. All right. This is the indicator. So core logic, it calculates the ratio of the current ticker's price to a benchmark price, defaulting to SPY. This tells us if the stock is actually gaining value faster than the broader market. The alpha oscillator, to make it a gradient histogram, I've converted the raw ratio into an oscillator. It measures the percentage deviation of the current ratio from its 50-period average. Above zero, stock is gaining relative strength. Performing below zero, the stock is losing relative strength, underperforming. The twist is the gradient colors. The colors of the histogram bars shift based on two factors. Bright green, the stock has positive alpha, and the benchmark SPY is trending up. This is your high conviction buy zone. Dull green, the stock is positive, but the market is trending down. This suggests defensive outperformance. Dull red, stock's negative. Bright red, both stock and the market are weak. Okay, cool. I kind of like this idea when you compare like SPY or ES to like you compare SPY to like the NQ and go from there. So it would be more so to trade SPY than it would be to trade futures. But let's go ahead and bring this in. We're going to do a new indicator. Paste this in. We're going to add it to our chart first and see what we're working with. Okay, cool. And then next, what I want to do is, since I can see it already, I'm going to go ahead and save this so I don't lose it. And we can go back on key things. Okay, so these are negatively correlated. We can see this is alongside spot. Negatively correlated. Not true. Sorry. This is lined up with the broader market. So whatever stock you're trading or whatever. So we have it correlated with SPY. I'm going to actually have this correlated with ES. Right? So this is the ES we're in. It's going to be all messed up because we're on ES. But if I go to, let's say, QQQ. Yeah, let's do QQQ. Like in this scenario, because we're in the post market. Let's give it a second. We can see, like in this scenario, these both flipped somewhere around here, pulled back, right? And then flipped back over again. So, like, in my opinion, if we want to get a proper reversal, we want to see something like this where it's gradually getting out of, like, let's say a bearish increase of this alpha leading. I think what we should do, though, is maybe for the sake of... Let's do it based on stocks real quick. Let's just see how it performs on stock. Let's do SPY here. And then let's bring up, like... we could do NVIDIA. It's just such a strong, high volume stock. Let's do like AMD or like Netflix or Google. Something that Google still pulls pretty hard. Maybe let's do Netflix. Let's just compare it on Netflix here. So this is nice. So bright red, remember, very strongly negatively correlated with the market. So you can come open the market, it's gray. So this is a good indication here, right? So far we're seeing something somewhat promising. Market opens on Netflix here. You can see it makes a very large pump, large buyers and large sellers out of the gate. But notice here, this oscillator that luxago.com/quant just built is showing a darker green, not a bright green. So darker green could indicate that this is not necessarily a proper move. It could be more so this is a failed move that isn't moving with the market. Market turns, you get your first first solid candle right here that's correlated with the SPY at the moment. This is SPY, could have it correlated to the Q or whatever. And and then actually makes its move lower. So far, this is giving a good indication. Notice how it shifts to a darker red here before it actually has a small reversal into close. So far, this actually works pretty good with Netflix. Let's see here. Notice again, this pumps at the beginning of the day. You might think, oh, this should be a good, good day for upside move on Netflix because this candle inverted at the beginning of the day. Well, this down here is not solid green. It's not correlated with the asset, which is SPY. So in this case, wait till the next solid. This would be a solid red here, which would have been about there. Breaks the low, and then you get that reversal. But in this case as well, you could hold let's say a short until you get a solid green, which would have been here. You probably would have been break even. But you at least would have been in early enough to where that break even wouldn't have killed you. And you may have been able to catch a move like you saw previously because this was a sideways day. Let's go back and double check this and see if there's anything different. This one here makes its move up and then it flips red here. Again, it would have been another break-even trade, which, I mean, I'm 100% okay with break-even trades, right? Comes in, you get your next, you can see it building. Get your next red candle here, your solid red on the oscillator, and then it pushes lower. Pretty nice. Let's see here. Red, 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 red. Solid green on this one makes a push up. I mean, this is actually pretty nice. Because look, I mean, if we were to just trade, let's say trade Netflix, right? You enter. Hopefully I'm not blowing your ears out. Why does my mic dim? My mic goes down after a little bit on Facebook. So you would have, let's just say you would have taken a long on Netflix here, right? The only way you're going to stay in this Netflix trade is if you never get a red, which you actually would have gotten one right here, which, look, that's literally, it's a little bit above take profit, but that's break even. So essentially this thing here, okay, this would have been maybe a day where this thing coming out of the gate was solid green. So in my opinion, let's just say you would have taken a trade. This was pretty much sideways all day. Your red exit would have maybe been like here, so that would have been a loss. Trying to see if any moves here are that aggressive. But then here you go. When you get really good setups, you get your first strong red trigger would have been this candle. And then you get a very nice push to the downside throughout the day. I mean, you probably would have exited somewhere around here if you wanted to, or obviously you probably would play 2-to-1 or whatever you're thinking. But it tends to do quite well during chop markets. So this could be very nice during a choppy situation. So I'm liking the start of this indicator. We could get something that displays on the chart as an addition to this. Let's see. Do you do something with the tokens? You don't have enough tokens if you're serious in building indicator. The tokens will be changed soon. Also, you can sign up and get more tokens. That's pretty much how every AI works. Well, there'll be re-ups on tokens as well. You can add more tokens to your account. Someone asked, what is this indicator? I'll answer your questions as we're going through. I promise. I'll try to at least. What is this indicator? This is an indicator we're building right now from luxalgo.com/quant. I said, let's brainstorm ideas. I clicked the button at the home screen. Let me just go to the home screen really quick. I clicked this button right here, brainstorm ideas. This idea came up here for a relative strength comparative, which is pretty cool because it's essentially like you have an asset that it follows, right? So like it would be better for stocks. You could essentially use this for negatively correlated things. Like I could use it probably for the Dixie and for like the dollar and gold because they're negatively correlated. So we could actually have it as a negative instead of a positive. This is more so following the same direction. So in this case for SPY, right, that would be your benchmark ticker as it's saying here. And so this actually gives us indication. I'm looking at Netflix. You couldn't do this with SPY. If I pulled up SPY, I mean, it won't work because it's supposed to be, it's correlated with SPY. But if I pull up like Tesla or something, you'll see we actually get it there. But it's pretty much giving you that correlation in how the overall market is doing in comparative to the stock you're on. So you can identify certain areas or certain times where it might be leading or lagging, or the market might be leading, but that we're getting a false positive on Nvidia. So it keeps us from making stupid decisions on trades. But I wanted to potentially further build on this. At the end of this stream, I will give you guys whatever indicator we build for absolutely free. The only way to get it for free, though, is if you go to luxalgo.com/quant and make a free account, because I will share the actual code. You're going to get this exact window that we build in. I will share this exact link with you, and you'll get the exact code that we build. And then you'll be able to use it however you want for absolutely free. But you have to make an account in order to open this window to access the code. And from there, you can actually further build on it. So you could build on, you could add whatever you want to them. Let's see how this would correlate, though. If I were to do so this could be some type of SMT divergence style thing as well. It necessarily wouldn't show you high-low. We could incorporate SMT divergence, which, again, I'm back to the divergence theories. I love divergences. And SMT divergence is different than normal RSI and price divergence. So we could technically add it. But I would want to see here, if we were to trade, look at, let's just say, ES futures, right? And then it would be actually kind of interesting to see this with a stock. And then NQ, you have NQ on here. See when they're not correlated, when they are correlated. That would be kind of cool. So interesting. I wonder if this is going to be inverse. Now I'm thinking about it. It could very much be inverse, which is totally fine. Let's see. This is very interesting, actually. Let's see what we got going here. I mean, today was kind of crappy. We were pretty sideways today. Today was kind of crappy, but let's just see. This right here was the first solid that you got. It was during a bearish move, and this is ES and NQ. You would have gotten nuked on that trade when it went lower, longer here. It's correlating with red. It's very interesting. But then here you would have your first. We need to add a separate filter for this, because I mean this here isn't terrible. This move here isn't terrible on that first flash there. Maybe it has to be lined up with the candle color. That could be too, because here this is a bearish candle and you got your bearish flow, but in the past here you got a bullish here and bearish here. So if these are correlated, there could be, that made a nice move down. That one made a nice move up though, but we would want to look for flips. Sorry, I'm looking at what this. So when you first build an indicator with Quant, what I would recommend is you bring it to your chart and you look to see what's working. And then you iterate on the indicator through Luxalgo Quant. You just explain what's working, what you like, and you can add whatever you want to the indicator. So what I want to do next is we're gonna potentially add something else to it. I just wanted to look at something on how this would work with two different futures. Yeah, dude, wait. You know what else is interesting? That is quite interesting. Is that every time a green and green line up, the following candle actually follows through quite nicely. Red and a red. This one here took out that high. Let's see this now. Let's flip it. Let's do ES on here. And then let's do NQ on the chart. This would work for gold as well. I want to see. Yeah. This one's looking a little bit better. I would want to see. That's pretty nice too. I would want to see how this works in a negative correlation. So gold versus the Dixie could be interesting. So you would see when they're correlated, when they're not, and that could be a divergence. Actually, let's try it. Let's try XAU. Let's try gold on this. Pepperstone, it's fine. So we did gold, and then we did the DXY because they're negatively correlated. What could be really interesting is when they're on the same side, right? When they're on the same side in this scenario. First time they're on the same side there, huge dump. I think we would have to add a volume filter. The average bar. In my opinion, your best bet in this scenario is when it flips for the first time. So like, look, what we're seeing here. So this is golden, and if you the RSC is what it's calling it. The quote-unquote relative strength comparative, because we're comparing them, is when you get the first. So you have 3 red here, then you have a green flip. So this green flip here, the first flip there makes a small move, not a big move, but it makes a move. You go back to red, you go back to a bunch of green, go back to a bunch of red, green. Your first here makes a nice move. Red, 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 green, green, green. This is too deep in a green move, but there's no solid green. First solid red after a green move would be here. Makes a nice push. Makes a very nice push. First solid green, though, look, right here. First solid green. Not a big push, but it's a very small push, but still push. First solid green, right here. Look, all red. First solid green was here. Very aggressive push, but nonetheless does make its move higher. This is first solid red there. This one makes a very large dump, but this has just been the past few days. Rest of the candles are 2 back and forth there. Okay, so what I would want to do, I mean, this here as well. Nice push there. With it being negatively correlated, when it's correlated, it tends to actually work decently. Okay, what I would want to do is this now. I want to add a signal. Let's add a signal on our chart when a candle, a bar is, what are they calling it? Bright red or bright green. Let's start here. So anytime a candle is bright red or bright green, I'm going to have it display a signal. It's going to give us a lot of signals just because there's a lot here. So the next is we'll add a filter to it. Oh, are you selling any of your indicators? These are all free, man. We're going to share this exact indicator when we're done building it at the end of this stream. So stick around and you'll get it for free. Okay, so I'm going to copy the code. All we said was add signals on the chart for when they turn bright green. So you're going to see a lot of signals. There we go. Okay, so now what I want to do is we want to filter these signals out a little bit, right? We want to see the so now I want to add a filter to it displaying a signal only when it's the first bright green after multiple reds. So when it flips and is bright green. And the same when it's bright red. That way we are seeing a clean shift rather than a bunch of signals. So again, a plain English, guys. Like when you get the indicator to your chart, give it an understanding of what you want. I want there to only display a signal after there's a bunch of greens and it flips to a solid bright red. Okay? That's how I want it to happen. That's when I want my signals. Reds, solid bright green, right? Because we're noticing when that happens, when it shows the opposite and then flips to a bright colored candle, it tends to have a pretty decent signal. And that's the only time you want an alert. So we're going to copy that code, Explained it exactly in plain English. Paste it in here. We're going to refresh now, and let's see if that updates. Bang. Okay, so this necessarily isn't what I would 100% want, because you can see it's displaying in the middle of this. So I need to go back and describe exactly what I want again. So I want it to only display signals on the ones that are bright colored on the exact moment it shifts, rather than the first bright colored one. So if it has 4 reds in a row, let me do this. So a signal would occur like this. You could say red, 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 bright green signal. Green, green, green. Any, it could be, I'm gonna say any red. And then giving examples too helps as well to make sure it understands exactly what you want. You can also give a screenshot of something too. Any green, any green, any green. The more descriptive, the better. It makes it just, and then bright green red, right? Red. I'm gonna say equal signal. All right. Let's see if it understands that. Because we don't want it to display it late, right? We want it to display it when it first switches, and it also has a bright color, right? So like look at the difference here. This signal formed here, that first bright color of this green sequence. We don't want that. No. We don't want that. We want red, 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 bright color green, bang, right there. Look what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a long with a very short stop, and then we got to push through that high for a 3-to-1 trade. That's where we want the signal. Okay, let's see if that fixed it. See if we get a signal that pops up right here on this candle. I'm going to go replace the code, refresh. Give me a signal right there. Bang! Bang! That's what we want. All right. Except we still have that signal in there, but for now we're getting close to what we want. It's still printing signals in the middle. Okay. So this is where it can get real fun. There you go. This is a clean signal there. Very nice. This one here, this is after a few bars, right? So we can actually filter out how many bars that we want. So maybe we don't want it when it has 3. We want it when it has a quadrillion, right? That was a session break. This here, nice little move there for my scalpers out there. This one, though, look at this. What a beautiful signal. And this is on gold here. What a beautiful signal. I mean, this thing just keeps going all the way to the high. Beauty. Okay, so now we need to get rid of those other ones. Okay, so that's the next step. Again, guys, if you want this indicator for absolutely free when I'm done with it, make sure right now you go to luxalgo.com/quant, make a free account. Okay, absolutely free. Make a free account. Right now, I will check the chat in a minute. I'm not reading the chat because I'm trying to build something here, so bear with me, please. And if you're getting annoyed by it, then go watch a different stream. But if you want this indicator for free, when I'm done with it at the end of the stream, I will send the link. All you have to do is make it a free account with luxalgo.com/quant. When I send that link, you will have this code just for you, and you can do exactly what I'm doing. You can add more stuff to it. You can copy the code, put it on your chart, and use it, whatever you want. Now, I will make sure it's all defaulted to gold if that's the one that we find that's the best performing. So far, it may be the best performing because I think we're on to something with the gold and the Dixie on this. Okay. I'm Luxalgo. Is it possible for you to record in landscape mode? Hard to see the text in portrait mode. Sorry, man. I would, but the algorithm works really well with the short form live streams or whatever, and I'm also streaming on TikTok as well at the same time, so it's hard to do. I can't do both, sadly. I wish I could do landscape mode on TikTok, but it just doesn't perform as well. So this, again, you can go back and watch it. There'll be a better recording of it later. But again, I will send you this whole chat of everything I told Quant. I will send to you for free, and you can go back and you can watch the video and just listen and then you could see exactly what I'm doing and use this the exact same way. So hold on, we got to filter out these signals real quick. Okay, this added those signals nicely, but I do want to, but I do still see signals happening in the middle of red and green. Let's just say, I guess I could say sequences. Sequences. I only want the signals we just added for when asset added for. So let's remove those first. We're going to move the middle ones. As of now, guys, this is working for gold. I don't like, because what this has to do is with this benchmark ticker. So it's correlating with another ticker. This one's correlating with the Dixie. If you guys know anything about gold and the Dixie are negatively correlated, but for some reason, what we're seeing so far on this 5-minute chart is when the Dixie and gold are correlated in the same direction, they tend to give a stronger signal. So we're gonna see how this does. Let's see. Okay. Let me go back, make sure that. Okay, so here we go. The only way this works, and we know, is that this. That was good too. Hold on. What the heck? Where'd it go? Did it already? Okay, here. Okay, here we go. Sorry. The only way we know that this works is this signal right now will go away, and this one will stay. Okay, that needs to go away, and we'll know that code worked. So we're gonna update the code from luxalgo.com/quant, and that needs to go away. Bang, that stays. Perfect. Thank you. All right, we're back. All right, sweet. Now, I want to. So hold on, I want to see the system real quick. Okay, nice. We have very simple settings. That's great. I want to add a filter system. Okay. So the reason I'm saying I want to add a filter system is because look right now. So if I were to, you'll see. I mean, that's such a clean signal. It is. Oh, wait. No, that one's fine, actually. Sorry. I want to show you something like here. This one. Yeah. Okay. So I want to add a filter system to negate these kind of signals, right? Why do I want to do that? Is because what happens here, this is only printing a signal after after any green forms. So in this case, this is printing a signal, and then So in this case, this is printing a signal after one green. I want to add a filter where I can actually tell it how many green bars I want before a signal occurs, okay? Because we want a very clean flow of green, right? A very clean flow of green here, and then a signal. We don't want these little choppy green, red, and then get a bunch of signals. We only want it to signal when that happens here. And I want to determine the minimum amount of bars that gives green, because as you can see here, if we were to just have this signal like this and put a stop above that high, we would have had a very, very clean trade. We're starting to see some really promising stuff here. So that's the next filter we want to add. And I want to be able to adjust those bars, right? I want to be able to adjust how many I filter in and out. But again, I know a lot of you probably haven't even looked at the chat. And I know people are already saying, how do I get this indicator? What indicator is this? I am building this indicator right now using luxalgo.com/quant. I will give you this indicator absolutely free. But you got to do one thing for me. Well, you have to do it. That's the only way you're going to get it. If you go to luxalgo.com/chat, you make a free account. It's the only way you can get this indicator when we're done with it. I will share you this link, and you'll get the whole chat that we just made with this indicator, and you can use it however you want. Or you can build and add more onto it. Go to luxalgo.com/quant right now and get a free account, and I will send it to you at the end of the stream. Now, I need to explain that. Okay. This is perfect. Now, I want to add a filtering system in the settings that I can adjust with how many I can adjust. Says that I can adjust. I'll just say that. The filter needs to be how many green or red bars, green or red histogram. Make sure in these scenarios, if we are talking about a filter system based on the indicator, this is the histogram. We want to talk about how many histogram bars. If we say green or red bars, it might think that we're talking about price bars. It's going to go to the default, which is price bars. So I'm saying histogram in this scenario. The filter needs to be how many green or red histogram bars are occur before a signal happens. Now, it's always good to provide an example. That way it knows exactly what you want. So I'm going to say, for example, I don't want a signal to occur if I see red. Let's just do this. If I see red, green, red, bright green, that equals signal. I would rather. I would want to want to say I need, let's just say 5 red, 5 histogram. I don't want a signal to occur if I see red, bright green signal. I would want more red bars between scenario. So if the setting was 5, I would want a green signal to occur after 5 red histogram bars. There you go. Being descriptive, okay? That's key here. So that would negate a lot of this garbage right here. We're going to get rid of all this. All right, we want at least multiple of these bars in between signals rather than having all this mess here. Okay. Okay, cool. Let's see if that fixed it. So I'm going to copy the code, paste it over, and refresh here. Perfect. Okay. So now we're getting somewhere. Let me double check this is exactly what I wanted. For this signal to occur here, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then it fired. This was 5 bars. So there was at least 5 bars. That was 6. This one here, 1, 2, 3. Okay, perfect. So that's exactly what we want. Now we're starting to get somewhere to where we think this is going to be much more solid. And we're seeing some pretty decent signals here. Signal move, signal move, signal move, signal move. I mean, signal fail. Okay, that's fine. We had a bunch of signal moves already. Wait, make sure that's okay. So this is another one. Signal move. All right, guys, this is already exactly what I want. How do we obtain this indicator? Well, I was afraid I was going to get that question about 2 seconds. What is on my head? Get off my head. I was afraid I was going to get that question for the 1,000,000th time. Again, if you want to get this indicator absolutely free here in a little bit, I will share this exact indicator that I just built. And what you need to do, though, is go to luxalgo.com/quant right now, or just go to luxalgo.com and make a free account. It's the only way you're going to get access to it. I will send you this link. You're going to get it for absolutely free. You don't have to do anything. You just have to sign up and you'll get it. This is actually... I don't know if I really want to. I don't know if I want to move forward with this, guys. I like this. We're already starting to see something pretty awesome here. What I do want to do is, can we default, just for you guys, default this indicator to be using the DXY as the benchmark ticker. And name it ultimate XAU/DXY scalper. core. What is it saying? Comparative. There you go. The ultimate DXY or XAU DXY comparative scalper. That's what we're gonna name it. The reason I'm saying that right now is because we're noticing this alone is working really strongly with the DXY, instead of any other asset. We'll look at it in a minute. I mean, this is dang, dude. Okay, it changed it. So it's okay. Let me copy this over again. Refresh. And now it should be named the DXY or XYU DXY scalper. Nice. Okay. So sorry, I'm just looking at it a little more, making sure all the settings are correct. Ugh. There's inhaled dog hair. What would exit trade criteria be? 2 to 1 probably. Okay, once you create an account, I'm gonna share the link to this indicator at the end of the stream. Reason I'm saying that is because we're currently building it. You're gonna what you see on my chart right now is what you're gonna get at the end of the stream once we're done building it. You just have to make a free account. I'm just gonna share. I'm gonna click share chat here, and you're gonna get this whole chat. And you just copy this code and bring it into your trading view via the same thing I just did via Pine script here. You just paste it in bottom right hand corner of your trading view. You're just gonna click that little tree right there, and you'll paste it in here and add it to your chart. That easy. Okay. I want to look at some stuff though. I want to look at how we can improve this a bit, because you can notice here sometimes we get a lot of signals, and that's usually during chop markets. What I'm noticing though for proper signals though is you're gonna want to potentially take them when they're coming out of bigger moves, but there needs to be a little bit more to it. I think. Based on some of these other moves that we had. Okay, don't slow down on me here, Trading View. So you have a very large push of green here into a red push here. You know, it does eventually go lower, but it nearly would take out anybody that would trade it. What's actually quite interesting is the strength of it. Sorry, I'm just, it could be worth actually adding some market structure, in my opinion. It's like you would technically, I mean, this one does a good job. But like this here, like, so this is a signal here that, in my opinion, if I was watching the chart, I wouldn't be taking. Because you had a very strong bullish push up. You had a little bit of bearish action, and then the signal back to the bullish push. I wouldn't want to do it like that. You would want to. I would want to see a lot of bearish action that's a lot stronger than this. Let's actually mess around now with the bars. Let's do 10. Like, how often do we get a signal out of 10 bars? And see if that does any good. So that one, nice move. This one, very nice move. This one, you know, halfway decent move. It was making its move up after a very large sell-off. This one, pretty decent move. This one, pretty decent move. This one, very good move. This one, very minor move. That one you wouldn't take at the end of the day. That one's a good move. Good. Yeah, that one, in my opinion, if you take that, you're kind of crazy. That's a huge dump. I mean, I guess you could take it if you wanted to, but it's just like you just screwed. That one, huge move. Huge move, huge move, huge. Okay. This one, I don't understand. Oh, I just had very tiny little breaks. So this chop day would have eaten you up a little bit. But you know, if you have a good enough risk to reward on each, you'd probably be pretty solid. This one. Not terrible. That's big move. Pretty decent move. That one, not so much. Another aggressive push. It's seeming that volume could be a factor. Maybe add a volume filter. We want lower volume. I am noticing that on some of these signals, very strong volume could be bad. But ones that signal on lower volume, volume that essentially volume may but ones that signal on lower volume may show a better early indication of a move. So let's add a volume filter. Add a volume filter, because like notice like this one. So that's a pretty strong candle. You wouldn't want to trade that. We might as well get rid of it. That one there, pretty strong candle. Probably would just get rid of it. Not every time it's gonna be that case. But like, where was that one earlier? This one. It's like insanely strong candle. Yeah, we don't need that in there messing with us. So why don't we just filter them out? Because we can with Quant. All right. I'm gonna copy that again. Let's see if it takes out this one. The goal is to get rid of this signal. Okay, perfect. Oh wait. That didn't. Hold on. Max, enable volume filter. Okay. Volume average length. Period used to calculate the average volume baseline. Max volume multiplier. Oh, is this doing if it's like... Let's see. That's not... Oh, that messed it up. Hold on. Wait, let me see what it said. You'll find a new volume filter group in settings. Defaults 1.5. This means that the volume on the flip bar is more than 150% of the average volume. The signal will be hidden. Volume average strength. Let's make this like... Let's try 5. Okay. So far, this doesn't seem to be filtering out strong volume moves. Let's just say it doesn't seem to be doing it. Let me see what the volume actually is. Oh, it is lined up. Goodness gracious, people. The volume on some of these is insane. We could do a bar length maybe. Or ATR base on the previous. Let's see what this does real quick. ATR in previous day's bars, so like for the session. It could be based on session volume, which actually would probably be a better option. We maybe do that. Sorry, let me replace the code. Okay, that worked. Oh, sorry, hold on. Max volume multiplier. Let's see, what did it say? The filter now uses the volume average of the previous, what bars? Previous. This prevents the climax bar from inflating and set threshold. I lowered the default max volume multiplier to 1. This means that by default. Okay. So this one worked a little bit. Let's see. All right. Give me one sec. I want to go back to see that large seller. Is that over here? Maybe we do it based on session. That was here. Yeah. Let me see something here. Well, sorry. I need. Hold on. Let's do 50. Uh, 10. Does 10 give it to us? 15? Oh, 10 did there. Or was it 15? Sorry, I'm just seeing where this one pops up. We want to clarify what we're looking at here. The only issue is that I notice with the amount of volume that comes in on gold, it might not be worth. It might be worth doing a session-based volume. Can we have it? This is working, but I think we could maybe do it based on session volume versus I don't know. I'm second guessing myself. I guess if you wanted all of the alerts, you could just set these as like crazy numbers that you're gonna get them all again. Because they're pretty decent. Let me do this. Let's bring this to a 20. And, sorry, we said like, what, a 5. The 5 and the 1 and the 20 there, got rid of those. And the 5 here brings that back up. So we do 4, 3. Dang. 2. So it wouldn't even needed to go that high on those. 1 gets rid of them, so 1.5. Dang, that one was more there. Okay, so 1.2 gets rid of that large one there. Let's go back and just look now based on that one specifically. Still getting roughly the moves that we want. But the question is if it's worth it or not. Are you overfitting? No, we're just seeing what settings work the best. This is overfitting. No, it's not. We're trying to find the best settings to filter out some of these crazy ones. So once we figure out the best volume-based settings on what we got, then we're good. We're seeing what works best with gold when it's negatively correlated. I can take off the volume filter entirely, which is kind of what I'm leaning towards because I think there would be a better way to filter out certain signals. So like in this scenario, we've been doing dang it, I forgot. We need to make sure default's 10. We need to make sure default's 10 bars. Hold on. This is how you determine what the best one is. Minimum bar input. I'll just save this as 10 right now. Right, but you're coming in with no context, brother. Coming in with no context. Right now, I'm trying to determine what the best signals are, what the best settings are. Then we can fully adapt the indicator to properly trade gold because, like, you don't even know what this indicator is because you just came in like late, just trying to start something. We're trying to find the best settings in which XAU and DXY actually positively correlate because they're negatively correlated assets. So right now, with what we have via the oscillator that was built by LuxAlgo Quant from the original code, we are discovering that when it comes to the shifts between gold and the Dixie with their negative correlation, we want to see at least on the histogram at least 10 individual bars that are positively correlated to then flip into a strong positive negative correlation. But the only way to do that is to see how many bars specifically would be our best option, and you have to do that by adjusting the settings. That's all we're doing. We're settings adjustments right now, trying to figure out the best signals we can get out of this indicator. Now, if I weren't doing this live and I fitted this all on my chart and be like, oh, these are the best settings that work in the current market, and then I send it to you and be like, oh, well, it's just because you're using it wrong, then in my opinion, that'd be overfitting. But we're actually adaptively trying to figure out the best settings with the indicator in real time. All right. But again, guys, if you want this indicator when we're done building it out, and you can add whatever you want to the indicator, absolutely free. Make sure you go to luxalgo.com/quant and you make a free account, or just go to luxalgo.com, make a free account. I'm going to be sharing this exact indicator, all the code. You can use it however you want. I'm going to default the settings to the best of my ability of what we find. Right now, we're discovering that this is actually working very well with gold. So we're going to go about looking at it with gold. With gold, I want to look at a different asset with this as well in a little bit to see if we can get any other good setups for it. I mean, so far we're seeing very nice moves for, let's say, 5-minute scalps. I mean, if we were to just like mark out some of these moves, you have a 2-to-1 trade there on this day. Your other signal was here. You would have had roughly over 2-to-1 if you would have really tightened this down to that candle high. I don't see why you would have. I probably would have put it right at that swing there. You would have had another nearly 2-to-1 there. This one long here would have been really good. With the 10-bar settings, this one would have had another perfect 2-to-1. Coming out of the gate there, here you would have had a fail, but we had multiple winners in a row. But it didn't make it made a small move. Made a small move before it actually came back to bite you. So, you know, if you were somebody that likes to put stops to break even, it's not a terrible thing, but you would have been backed by another huge push there. So on this single day, you would have had you would have won 3 out of the 4 signals. This one here, I mean, here's another one on this day. It's like this one here would have done really nicely. Now what I would want to do is maybe go back to another market, see how these settings are operating on a different part of the market. So let's actually go back a bit and see. Let's go back to, let's do like February 10th. Let's do US market open. Ah, crap. I don't want to go replay mode. Hold on. Let's go February 10th, no replay mode, US market open. Okay. So going into this, short here, you know, I don't know where your stop would be. I mean, you could put your stop way up there, but you're already majority into that move. So that risk to me is not strong enough, especially in chop at the beginning of the session. So like, if you got a signal on that short, to be more so like take it maybe here, or like even the candle high. I don't know. Like, I would probably be like here, maybe. I don't know. It would come down to what you want there. That one though probably wouldn't have hit the 2-to-1 unless you had your stop like super tight. So that one probably would have had a fail. This one actually would have played quite nicely. Original stop. Played through this. That one would have played out nicely. This one here would have played out nicely. This one here. And this one, again, this is what I was saying on filtering volume-based ones, because like if we were to go to enable volume filter, that should get rid of that. So there you go. That got rid of that one, which is nice. So that day, not too bad. This day, there you go. There's multiple losers on that day. What did this come out of, though? That was the first first bearish signal out of a very weak bullish push. This is not even. You might want some higher time frame correlation, maybe. It's good to see a day that's not as positive. No one's buying your signals, Uncle. Good thing this is absolutely free, brother. At the end of this, if you make an account at luxalgo.com for free, I will send you this entire chat I just built with Quant for free, and you'll get the code for free. So you're welcome. Every indicator that we build on stream now will be absolutely free. Just letting you guys know. It's no, you're not paying for jack squat. But the only way you can actually access it is if you have a free account, because it's the only way you'll actually be able to open it and copy the code. And then you can build on it if you want, or you can use it for free. It's up to you. All right, so the Dixie in this it's pretty good, but it's just like, dude, see that would have been a signal there. Hold on, I don't know if the volume filter is going to be worth it, because look at this signal. All right, guys, volume filter is not worth it. I don't like the volume filter on this. Let's remove the volume filter entirely. I'm not liking it anymore. How far are we into this stream? An hour. How do I see the ones you previously made? I'm gonna the indicator is free, yes. You can I'll be sending you guys the link for absolutely free at the end of this video. The only way that you can, it's going to be this chat link right here. You're going to see everything that I typed in to this chat and how I built the indicator, especially if you're just now joining us. If you want this indicator that I'm working on right now, I'm going to share it for free. You'll get the exact code that I'm getting. All you're going to do is copy that code, and you're going to go over to TradingView. You're going to hit down here Pine Script, and then you're just going to plug it in. It's going to add to your chart. I'm going to update what we just did there so we can get rid of this. There we go. Oh, interesting. I wonder why that... Huh. Wait. Okay, never mind. Oh, wait. No. Oh, never mind. 10. We want 10 bar default. I need to make sure that's updated as well. So, yeah, so you'll get that. I mean, that one there is money. But you do have to have a free account with LuxAlgo. So go to luxalgo.com, make your free account. I will send you this code when we're done. I mean, guys, the R's you're getting on the actual good trades potentially could cancel out all the bad trades. There is a high possibility. I'm just thinking of... Okay. I know what we're going to do now. Let's add... Can we now add a trend-based filter? No. Yeah, I think trend-based filter is good. Trend-based filter. Yeah. Let's just do that first. I'm gonna see. It'll probably use the 200 EMA. The reason I'm saying that is because we could maybe up the bars. The 10 bars has been solid here because, like, in this case here, you're in an uptrend, nice signal. Even though that short would have been good, we'll see what it looks like. Let's see. Default 200, yeah. Requirement bullish signals only trigger if the price is above the 200. Bearish only triggers the price is below 200. I figured it would be that. That's fine. It's just very, very minimal filter. I want to be able to turn it on off. Let's refresh. There you go. Okay. Bullish and bearish signals. I mean, so far, not too shabby. What I would want to do... Goodness gracious, that was a huge dump. What I necessarily would want to do is actually... it's honestly what's a little crazy about these is just the way they've pushed after in these short moves. Like even with this aggressive move here, bear flagged and went lower. Such aggressive. I mean, this one as well still went lower. It's very small scalps, but like, dude, those would be printing money. I mean, yeah, the trend-based filter is not bad. I don't think. Oh my gosh! I don't think we had anything else. This is a little nuts. Okay, this one here, massive push. This one here, massive push. This one here, massive push. This one here, a little weak push, but we just had 5 massive pushes in a row. I mean, this is trading through the 200 EMA. You don't even have to necessarily trade this one because you're seeing it break both sides. This whole day, it could be a wash because it's just trading in and out. Bouncing off 200, bouncing off 200, bouncing off breaks 200. This one necessarily didn't break the... I mean, that one would have been a fail. Here you go. When we get into choppy markets, but this one here, I mean, caught the dump. Yeah, so we would have to... The only thing we'd have to identify is potentially take, like, how we get rid of some of these trades. We could up... Like this here, that still seems. We have that 10 bar filter there. Let me just increase this to like 12, because that would negate that one. Let's do 20. Let's go for truly has to be really, really big moves before it makes its signal, because that signal stayed. That's good. That signal stayed. That's good. The signal over here didn't stay. There was a really good long over there before. Dang, some of these are just holding strong. How about a VWAP filter? That was the next thing. Maybe a good idea. Let's try that. Now, can we also add a sessions-based VWAP filter? Good idea. I think VWAP filter could be really nice, and especially a session-based one could be good. Guys, again, I'm building this right now on LuxAlgo Quant. If you go back in the stream, we started this from the very beginning of the stream. We started building this. I'm going to give it to you for absolutely free to whoever wants it. The only way you can get it for free is if you go to luxalgo.com, you make a free account, because I'm going to share this exact chat that I use to build this. And what you're going to do is you're going to see what I see right here, this exact thing. And when you want to use the indicator, you're just going to copy it. You're going to copy the code. You're going to go over to your TradingView account. Click the little pine guy right here. I don't know if you can see that on, can you see it on TikTok? Yeah, you can. Bottom right-hand corner, little Christmas tree there. You're just going to paste that in. Hold on. You're just going to paste that in here. Or what I would do is create new indicator first. Go create new indicator. Then you're going to paste that in and add it to your chart. Make sure you hit save as well. Okay. Oh, what is the sessions? This thing, hold on. Okay, now okay, here's the session. VWAP session. So it needs to be 18. Sorry, hold on. I just wanted to match this. Close that 17, sorry. So 18 to 17. Oh, wait. Daily. There you go. Perfect. Okay. There we go. So now we have that VWAP as well. We have, okay. So we're starting to see something here. We're getting there. We got VWAP filter and the 200 EMA filter. This is session-based VWAP. Signal, bam. Signal, bam. Signal, wham. Oh, we were having fun. Only issue about this is, okay, so here you go. By the way, maybe you don't take early session signals because VWAP hasn't fully calculated yet. That could be it. You don't take it in that first part of the session. You wait till you get a signal later on when there's been enough to actually adjust the VWAP. Still early part of the session, fail, but this one, to be honest, I mean, if you had your stop above that high, you're fine. Like this one signaled here, sure, but you had stop here. I mean, you're that's just crazy for the past few days. There you go. There was a failed one. This one, I mean, in my opinion, you didn't go anywhere this day. I like the late day idea. I like late in the session, like trading second half of the session. Even though that one was super nice. Yeah, there's always going to be a case for everything. Always going to be a case for everything. VWAP can be good. Let's do this now. Let's just get rid of the EMA. Let's just do VWAP, session based. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with just VWAP. There's a dead day. That one's nice. Those are 2 back-to-back winners. I mean, as long as you're getting these really big R moves, you're good, man. Again, end of the stream, I will give you guys the code to the indicator, okay? We'll release it in about 40 minutes. Maybe less than that, because I do need to... Yeah, a little less than 40 minutes. And then I'll share it with you guys. Okay, so I should explain what this is, by the way. This is an indicator that right now is very strong with gold. We're realizing it's working very well with gold, okay? Very well with gold. Now, it can be used on other assets, but the benchmark ticker is what makes this indicator unique. If you don't know already, gold and the Dixie are negatively correlated assets, okay? Dixie goes up, gold goes down. This indicator, specifically, what it does is that it signals you when they're on the same page. So when negatively correlated assets are together. So when they're strongly together, that's when it signals. And essentially, there could be some more that we add to it to where it's like if, there's consolidation happening in the Dixie and then the Dixie moves, that it could attempt to signal us when gold's going to move. But so far, we're seeing some success with having it just signal us when they're positive or when they're actually correlated versus because they're negatively correlated assets. So this is right now optimized for the Dixie. So what we're seeing is negative correlation works with this indicator. We could see how it works with positive correlation with like gold. Like if we were to, let's go ahead and do this. How about this? Let's go now back to ES. Let's go back now to NQ here. Let's go to NQ. And then let's make this ES. Okay. So now we're looking at signals that are with the correlation of NQ and ES when they're strongly correlated and above VWAP. So like in this case there, very nice move. But again, like I said, what we started with, we've recognized that this works very well with gold because they're heavily, right, this is nice too. I mean, we could honestly, hold on, let's do this. NQ and the VIX, or sorry, we should do ES and the VIX. This is going to be a little bit weirder because obviously if you guys don't know, the VIX and technically the S&P are negatively correlated. If you go to the VIX here, you can see that it's, today, downward move, and then ES, made this big pump here. It's not as correlated as or negatively correlated as gold and the dollar though. The gold and the dollar are a lot stronger together than like the VIX is. But you could implement this to the VIX. So I actually should probably clarify that on the I'll clarify it on the indicator. But this is really good for gold, and I know a lot of you guys are obsessed with gold. So let's just go back to gold because I like it too. And again, those of you that, let's say, trade futures, guess what? You can trade gold futures with this same indicator. How cool is that? You might want to look for your signals on actual XAU. I don't know. Let's see. Let's go to GC. That's pretty close. Here's your GC futures. You got the same signals. If I go to XAU, let's see. Get those two signals, same spot. Bang, bang. Yep. GC futures. We'll call this the gold scalp machine or something. I'll come up with a name. VWAP filter was great. How do you backtest this indicator in TradingView? We could convert this into a strategy and have it backtest. In my opinion, I don't know. Having the strategy work is, have it go into the backtester is good. We could definitely do it. But I'm a little against having it fully be backtested that way. But because we have to then define the key parameters of what risk to reward is to fully understand how it would trade. I would have to, we would have to implement some pretty aggressive risk rewards and then dial it in that way, which takes time. It's a lot easier to like sit here and actually view the signals and then adapt them that way before fully having it back tested. But when I send you guys this code for free, we just don't have enough time to fully dial in the TradingView back tester with it. But when I do send this to you guys for free, if you want it for free, make sure you make an account at luxalgo.com. You will be able to get this for free, this exact chat that I'm using right here. And you could convert it into a strategy. You could say, convert this indicator into a strategy. Just type that in down here. And you could actually get a strategy script out of it. I'm not 100% dialed into where I would want it, right, before I would make this a strategy, even though some of these moves are insane. Well, maybe let's just see what it would do. Hold on, let's do this first. The VWAP filter was good. It is with gold, so it makes it a little bit better. I'm gonna first do this. Take a screenshot. This is what I want the. Can you make these the default settings? So if you like the settings that you like, hold on here. Once you get the settings you like, you can take a screenshot of it. Give it to Quant. Again, luxalgo.com/Quant. Make a free account. I will be providing this for free to you guys at the end of the stream in about less than 30 minutes. All right, I'm going to say, can you make this the default settings? Signals aren't looking great, to be honest. If you want a bunch of winning trades and not high R's, then yes. But overall, I do think that it's quite good, to be honest. Like we had even just no, if we were to just take off both filters, like we said before, had some, and then we did, what was it? The default we had was 10 originally. We saw some really, really good back-to-back signals. Like this move here would have been a 2-to-1. This one, not so much, maybe 1-to-1. This one solid 2-to-1 or even 3-to-1. And then some of these like here, this one here failed, but this one 2-to-1, this one 2-to-1, this one 2-to-1, this one 2-to-1. That one you wouldn't have taken, that was end of day. This one, was that on the big push? This one actually you would have been signaled before the big push, which is surprising. This one 2-to-1, this one 2-to-1, this one 2-to-1. So maybe doing the 10, would have been it. Maybe doing what we had there. I'll just leave those. You know what? I'm gonna switch that out. This is a pretty good base setting. Just don't have the filters. So the signals are actually really strong, especially if you're going for 2-to-1 trades. There's a lot of 2-to-1 versus the failing trades, which is always going to be the case. You always want to at least get 2-to-1 out of your trades. Okay, so let's just say, actually make this the default. We'll update that one more time. So default, we'll do 10. We'll leave these here if you want to have it trend filtered, but we'll leave them off. What about exit signal? Are you the Luxalgo? Yes, brother, we're the Luxalgo. We're gonna try to back test this. We're gonna try to get this working as a back test. What I'm thinking is we do a trailing stop, so it won't even have proper risk. We could maybe do, see that, we could do maybe an ATR based. Okay. What I'm gonna do real quick is make sure this is all defaulted to this. I'm gonna just check this and this. And then we're gonna go settings, or then we're gonna go here, paste it in, refresh. And let's make sure those are defaulted and 50, 10, 2, yep. Okay, so those are off by default, which is good. All right, so the next thing I want to do is, okay, Okay, now I want to convert this into... Okay, hold on. Sorry. The only issue is if I convert it into a strategy script, it won't be an indicator anymore for you guys to have. Okay, I know what to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this code. We're going to make a new chat. And we're going to say, can you convert this into a strategy? Because I want to share the indicator specifically with you guys into a strategy script. I want to enter on the signals and give me a enter on the signals and have just a trailing stop system that I can adjust manually. I would also like to visually see a trailing stop line on my chart when an entry occurs, so I can see how much risk is being shown. Testing. Okay, you're gonna hear me. All right, so then I'm gonna paste in that code, and it should convert it into a strategy script. Let's go to XAU. And we shall see. If it ever returns like this, just ask it to load the code into the editor. Yeah, if we have a trailing stop, especially this is catching some aggressive moves, it seems like it would be okay. It would probably stop out there. This one would probably stop out there. This one would probably not stop out till there, we would hope. There we go. Okay. Let's see what we got so far. I'm going to leave this on our chart. We're going to say create new strategy. And let's see so far. Okay. Okay, nice. So we're getting roughly, yeah, okay, entry, stop, and okay. So we do have a visual trailing stop as well. Man, you got to love it. You got to love when it works. Okay. Let's see. Now we can adjust our... We probably need a session window as well, because notice here, this is what I was saying about the sessions. This one specifically goes into a new session. Trailing stop multiplier. Let's do like a 1 here. No, that's too much. 2. How to pick up late. What is this? There's a big period where it drawed down. Let me see. This was in February 2nd. Let's go to February 2nd. Is that because of these? Okay. Because that was because of these. Quick, long, then into short. I'm just making sure all the signals are firing properly before we move further. So like this one here. This is where like when backtesting comes into play, that's annoying. So let's do a session. Can we add a time-based filter when trades are taken? And then I'm gonna do that first. We're gonna do a session-based filter when trades are taken. Okay, so and then what we can do as well is we can start adding TPs. Seeming trailing stop isn't the move for these, even with longer pushes. So like this short here, like notice this trailing stop here would have gotten nuked, and this thing absolutely just like that was a short that ran so super low. So if we would have had this at like a 4, it would have. Wait a second. Why did that exit a short there? I hit a long exit. Oh, it was after the fact, so it's not taking trades. It's not taking trades until trades are closed. Just kind of annoying. Right? That should be the case, right? So that's another thing we have to fix. This is why I was saying, like, doing strategy stuff, you have to exit short. It's saying it's oh. No, it doubled the short. Why did it exit there? See, something's wrong with the, because it shouldn't have exited that short there. It should continue this drive lower. Let's see what we got here though for the let's see, for the time based. So now we have here you go, enable time filter. So if I were to say, like, I don't know, 9:30 to 11, I don't know when the optimal time would be yet. It would only take trades during 9:30 and 11. Or we could say like the back half of the day. I didn't take very many trades. Let's see. Yeah, Asian session could be the better option for sure. I definitely think we probably need ATR based take profit and stop loss. I think we're gonna do that. Okay, let's because like here you go. Here's another trailing stop scenario. Trailing stops can be really good. We need something that's gonna give us that's how you optimize it. And this is why I was saying, like, I have 15 more minutes, and optimizing it in a strategy script takes a while. But like as this trade here, this is why a lot of these trades are getting nuked, is because this here had a great push for a 2-to-1 trade off of this short, right? It would have capitalized on that massive move there, but with the trailing stop, even if I were to bring that trailing stop down to like a 2, a little bit better. But I think we're better off with this one now that we're seeing that this here that's a 1-to-1 versus it could have had a 3-to-1. So I think we're better off doing an ATR based take profit stop loss. Okay, let's remove the trailing stop feature. Exit. I'm just say trailing stop entirely. And let's remove the trailing stop and now add an ATR based take profit and stop loss. Let's do that. Because yeah, like that one's good. Hold on, let me see here. We could do Asia. Asia goes till 4, right? What am I doing? I just type in 4, whatever. All right, let's see if this changes anything. Okay. I think the session's still there. What happened down here? Oh, it did the stupid. Hold on. Let me reset. Ah, sorry. Hold on. I want, see, this is what I was saying before. We want these to show on the chart. I want the ATR stop and take profit to display on the chart. With price right now displaying on the oscillator. Yeah, guys, in just a minute, I'm going to share the code to the indicator with you. In my opinion, oh, never mind. I'm dumb. This is the strategy. I was like, why is this thing up here like this? Let's just have it. Luckily, I did save the original. Where'd it go? Hold on, sorry. Called it. What do we call it? Hey, you can't search your dang. You're at the end of the thing. I gotta favorite it so I have it. All right. Pine editor. Oh, I forgot it's literally right here. New indicator. Or sorry, new strategy. Okay, here we go. Goodness gracious. All right. Matey. Did this work right? ATR stop 1.5. Take profit was a 3. Okay. This is what I don't get. This is why the TradingView backtester is just obnoxious. Like, it says it's still in a long right now. Like, what is it basing its ATR off of? Like, all of these, like, like what? Instead of short here, some of these aren't even displaying the ATR based ones. Like, this one did good, got the long with the ATR stop. This one did good. So maybe we need to say when a trade is active, or when a trade is open and another trade occurs, just have the position be flipped. TradingView backtesters always had problems. I don't know why. I would never, don't ever trust the TradingView backtesters. I've used them 100 different ways. I would recommend using it like our backtesters that we have on premium. Like if you're gonna truly backtest, but like if you're building backtesters, like it just gets extremely complicated. Let me, where did that one go that we were doing a second ago? While I wait for that code to update. Sorry, in the wrong one. Open script. I don't want the strategy based one. We literally just. Oh, crap. You know what I did? No, it shouldn't be. Oh, it has both of them. That's fine. Well, we can reload it because I have the code in the other thing. We said new strategy. I don't know why. I think you know it's because it was already what's it called? Here we go. Here we go. Yay! We're back. This is why I was saying earlier, it just takes a minute to freaking get it to do what you want it to do. Okay. We got the ATR working. Goodness gracious. We got it working. We got it working. So now, do we have the sessions? So the session breaks, we got 1800. I was going to do, I don't know, 1900 to where do I want to have it trade to? Sorry, I'm just trying to think of what I want to do. I think we'll do 1900 to maybe an hour before close again. So we get close at, what is it, 1700? Yeah, close at 1700, so we'll do it at 16. Only issue with that is, do we have any trades that go into the next day? We do. I don't want that to happen either. Also, let's now adjust these. Let's do stop loss multiplier as a 2 and this a 4. See, this is the worry here. Why is that taking a short there? Oh, I don't have it enabled, do I? Duh. 19 and 16. I'm so dumb. Goodness gracious. Oh, hold on. Because my time zone's different. Shift it. Somebody shoot me. I'm adjusting the wrong ones. I'm adjusting the wrong ones, guys. There you go. We want to get rid of these end of day and beginning of day trades. See, look at this here. Like, this is where it's like, this is why the backtester is annoying, because it's like in this scenario, your own discretion here, you probably wouldn't necessarily trade that. I guess you would have put a short there. Now you would want to implement probably a what you call it, a break even. Move stops to break even after a certain amount of candles. Because like this one here, this is why ATR can be annoying too. It's like this one here, stop. In my opinion, I would put my stop somewhere around there. Still 1.48, wouldn't hit a full 2 to 1. But this stop would not be where I would place a stop, and that's where. Oh, I thought this was entering other scenarios. Let's do 20 bars like we did before, and then we said VWAP, and it's all jacked up now. Let's just do the this trend filter. Okay, we're getting a little bit better here. And we're seeing less trades, but it's following the trend. This is where, you know, you could get into just full on trying to figure out the best settings, and then it gets really obnoxious for doing this rather than just looking at it with your own eyes. Let me make sure we have this right. minus 16. There it goes. Like what? Okay. Yeah, strategy scripts are fun, man, but it's just like if you want to properly adapt a strategy to certain take profits and stop losses, they won't align with what you would trade. That one did. That I would trade that 100%. This short here would have done, yeah, roughly that. That one's good. But then you get to like, let's see. That one's a little better. See, these are pretty solid here. What is this one doing right now? This specific one there, that one's a little better. Okay, we're seeing something a little bit better now. Where are we at? What time? Okay, 9 minutes. We're gonna share the indicator. You guys can build a strategy script off of it if you want to go and adjust them yourself. Okay, this one's showing more positive. I had 17 trades out of this. Let's go back. Let's do something even. Let's do a different one again. Let's do let's bring this down to 5. Get rid of the, oh! There we go. 2 and 4. ATR link 14. Okay, we got some positive there. We can now just play with these. Let's do a 50 EMA. Let's take the VWAP off, this off. Get rid of the time filter. Now, how crazy are you gonna get? How many trades does that have? Dude, it's a negative curve, which is actually appealing. If you did 4, let's do this. Let's flip the ATR first. Yeah, that wouldn't do anything. You'd have to flip the entry conditions. Okay, hold on. Hold on. We're getting a negative curve. That's good. We're getting somewhere. Negative curve. Where are you at? Hold on. Let me scroll down. Now we're just being silly. Just switch this to long. And switch this to short. Here we go. What'd I miss? Oh, you guys are gonna be... Oh. If signal bear, short, strategy entry, strategy dot short. Did I miss something? We'll send the code. We're gonna send the code in just a minute. I missed something there. I was hoping we could get that to flip. Because the negative curve's nice. The problem is it's probably the ATR that's messing it up. Could be wrong though. If signal update levels on entry and handle flipping, I think I was wrong. Hold on. No, that's where all 3 of the entry logic is. Yeah, let's do this. We can tell Quant to do it. I am noticing a nice negative curve. Can we inverse entry conditions? I don't know if that's gonna help or not, but we're gonna see. Okay, so what we need to do now, we like that we have a nice negative curve so far. So what we can do is, we got to remember the settings here, 55 and then nothing else. Oh, this trade time filter. Oh, I'll wait till that's done. Take a screenshot of this real quick so I remember. Now I gotta see if this even works. Hey, look. Hey, ho, ho, ho. Check it. We're on to something. Negative. You gotta love negative correlation, baby. Or a negative curve. Hey, we did it. Look at the flip, man. Look at the flip. 130, 13% on a 5% drawdown. Now we're getting somewhere. Let's do, I don't know, 100% equity. There you go. 10% versus 3%. It's, I mean, pretty good. Again, where's the degenerates that are like, oh, it's a 35% win rate, brother? After fees, this could be nuked. Buy and hold's probably gonna. Oh, it's beating buy and hold. That's nice. That's actually funny. That's so funny. We're getting somewhere. Now we can. Now great. It's like I was about to end the stream, and now we're like getting somewhere. Let's just play a little bit. We can get these settings a little bit better. 5 giving us 10%, about 4. 9. 10 on 3. Oh! Okay. I'm liking that. Let's take profit. Let's do a 5. Nope. 4. So 3 bars there is showing some promise. 100 per, yeah, see, the only issue is that's 100. If you were to say, let's adjust this right to, you got some heavy. I won't let you. Okay, 100% equity. Let's just add another 0. Not terrible. I've seen better strategies. I like how it's recovering as much as it is. Had a bad fall off there at one point. Let's go back to a 5. Oh, snap. Oh, dang. That one got rid of that dump. That one went up. So not even having the bar filter is helping. Oh, 9. It's interesting. This one brings that win rate up and the profit up, and drops the drawdown. Versus a 5. Drawdown went to 3% on there. With that one. ATR is still 2.4. ATR link is that. Let me get rid of this. Is that how much does that change? Oh my gosh! Oh, okay, because it's this most recent one. Goodness gracious. It's this 5K trade. Why is there a 5K? Oh, because of this sell. Margin call. What the fuck? Margin call. Where was the 5K trade? This is why trading. Yeah, that's not right. Thing. Oh, it's simulating. What? That jump there was interesting. I'm so confused on that one. Let's just do 10% of equity, and then we're just going to add a bunch of zeros. Okay, we're millionaires now. Too many zeros. Let's do That's not terrible. So $1,900 for 379. There you go. More realistic. I mean, the end there, that end move there is super nice. It's saying, yeah, that was good there. Why is this? I'm a little confused. Oh, because it flipped. Yeah, okay, guys. Now try your fitted strategy on a different ticker. If it's crap, this strategy is just well fitted to pass data. Well, here's the issue about this specific strategy is this indicator was strictly built for gold, brother. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man, but it was built for gold because it's correlated with the Dixie here. Well, that's a great way to end it. I mean, not terrible. Outperforming buy and hold, yeah. I mean, that buy and hold, look at that chart right now, is insane. 55% though on that is actually impressive. Huh. All right, guys, we discovered doing the. But look, what's interesting though, guys, is look, it's actually taking. Oh, it flipped. What? Yeah, I just flipped the signals. I see. What the fudge, dude? It just flipped the signal information. Okay. All right. I think we've been going for over 2 hours now. I'm fried now. My brain hurts. Okay, so guys, if you enjoyed this build, guess what? I'm gonna give it to you for free right now. If you want that, I guess I could give you both. Do you want? Okay, that's what I'll just give you both of them. So we have the strategy and the indicator with the defaults that we liked. If you want the indicator and the strategy, I'm going to send you the link. What you're going to do, okay? I'll give you both. What you're going to do is, if you're, you can't do it on YouTube. If you're on the desktop version, you may be able to click the link. If you're on TikTok, which I know a lot of you are, 252, you're going to take a screenshot. And what's really sick about Apple is that their screenshots will automatically identify links. So you'll be able to click the link after you take the screenshot, and I'll show you. But save that screenshot so you have the link as well, because you can't just click the link on TikTok. All right, so I'll be sending both. If you want to get these for free, what you need to do right now is go to luxalgo.com or go to luxalgo.com/quant. Make a free account. It's the only way you're going to be able to open the code. Once you get to this screen, it's going to look exactly like this. You're going to copy the code like this, go over to Trading View. You're going to click the Pine Editor, and then you're going to paste that in, and then you're going to hit Add to Chart and hit Save. I would save it if I were you. Now, I would also make sure you do create new indicator and create new strategy, so you have two separate ones versus them piling on top of each other. And then lastly, what I would recommend is this equity curve's nice since January, right? But I would honestly, when you're actually looking at the strategy, when you're actually looking at the setups on what we would take on the actual indicator side, with those defaults, you'll notice you can actually visually understand when good entries and when bad entries occur, rather than a robot like this that's just trading every single signal that comes its way. So you're going to have a better probably chance of trading it and being profitable by visualizing the signals and how the rest of the market is trading with your own discretion. So I'm going to share them both now. This one specifically is the actual indicator. So I'm going to say indicator link is this one. So get ready to screenshot the chat. Oh, that was the indicator. Let me do this. Oh, I have to do, hold on. If you want it though, you have to go make an account. I mean, if you don't have an account yet, it'll just ask you to make an account, so you can do that as well. I'm gonna share them. Just give me 1 second, guys. Hold on. Let me get the strategy script as well. Inverse. We saw the inverse worked better. Again, though, this is for gold, right? This is for gold because of the way it's actually set up now, because of the negatively correlated assets. Now you can change this to a different symbol that you want it to be in line with, whether it's, you know, the VIX and ES or the VIX and the NQ, or, you know, whatever you want to see when they align or disalign. But this is the, I was using the 5 minute for gold, but this specifically is for gold and gold futures. Okay. This is going to be default to work on gold. That's why I labeled it gold. XAU DXY. Okay. So here is this. Take a screenshot of this so you have both links. Okay. And you'll see I tried to line those up. I don't know what it looks like on TikTok. But there you go. And then those of you on YouTube, here you go as well. The first link is the indicator. The second link is the strategy. Oh no. Dang, I hope that's not cutting it off. Let me do it separately as well on YouTube. Here's the indicator. Here's the strategy. I will also, those of you on YouTube, if you don't have the link, I just sent the link like 100 times on TikTok. Those of you on YouTube that, if you don't have the link, I will have it I'll pin it in the comments as well. I will pin it in the comments on the YouTube video. Here, I'll show you. I just sent it 3 more times. We don't see the link. Can you see it now? I pinned it. It says not approved because it's a link. That's annoying. Dang. TikTok can just really grind your gears. Let me think. Okay. This is the best. That's annoying for TikTok. I'm going to think here. Let me go to the YouTube stream real quick. This is what I'll do. Bear with me. If you go to the Lux Algo YouTube right now, you'll see the stream. And what I'm going to do is, it is on that one. You'll be able to see it there. How can I? Oh, I know what I'm going to do, guys. True. Whoever just said put it on the screen and you can screenshot it, you are a genius. I got you, brother. I got you. Great idea. Hold on. Great idea. Let me, don't screenshot yet. I'm going to put these next to each other. Hold on. This is the strategy. Oh. And then let me get the indicator as well. TikTok's gonna ban us for this. All right, take a screenshot of that. When you take a screenshot, it should actually allow you to click the link within that screenshot. I'm gonna try to make it bigger as well for you guys. Goodness gracious, dude. So there you go. You have to have a free account. It'll prompt you to log in. Got it. Nice. Sweet. Hopefully that helps. Hopefully you were able to get it. I don't know. But yeah, so then that way you can take a screenshot and you can copy the link. It'd be pretty easy. You can get it. All right, guys. I appreciate you tuning in. I will see you in the next stream. Hopefully we can build some other cool indicators. You can also, when you load these chats, by the way, it's going to be like this. You can also actually build onto the strategy more, or onto the indicator more. But yeah, just screenshot that. You can copy the link in your phone messages. The nice part, like I said now, is when you first get that screenshot at the bottom of your phone, if you have the new iOS update, if you're on iPhone, you can immediately click the link. I don't know which one will open first, but just having the screenshot, you can open either one. But yeah, guys, appreciate you tuning in. Hopefully we do another stream like this tomorrow, maybe? Tomorrow's Friday. Possibly tomorrow. If not, we'll be back next week and hopefully build more. So, check. If you want, brother, it's up to you. How do you use it? Well, if you go back and watch the YouTube stream, you should be able to see it. I'm going to pin these guys as well in the YouTube stream, okay? I will pin these links in the comments of the YouTube stream once the stream's done. So you'll be able to access it there if you can't get it on TikTok. But again, screenshot this. I'll give you literally 10 more seconds to screenshot it if you want the indicator and the thing we went over. But this is going to be default for gold, okay? This is default for gold. Dude, that's so annoying. Maybe we'll do the DM thing on TikTok as well later, so you can get the link that way. YouTube is LuxAlgo. Can you see this? Can you see this message? It's on the screen, brother. Oh, you want to see what it looks like? All right. The indicator, I'm just going to remove it. Once you're on the indicator chat, I will pin it again in the comments of that video once it's done. Once you get, you're going to have a chat that looks just like this. We just built this here on stream. It's going to pull up like this. You're going to go over to your trading view, go to new indicator, and then you're going to paste that in and you're going to add it to your chart. Now, the first thing I would recommend doing is saving it. I would just save it, okay? Save that indicator. Now, you're going to get default of what we built so far, and you'll see that it is the 10 bars. What I would adjust is this. This is for more confirmation. How many bars before a strong correlation occurs? That's what you can adjust. You can adjust that to see the differences. You have a trend filter and a VWAP filter. Those are already set for you. But like I said, in this scenario, the robot, when you do a strategy script, it takes every single entry. In my opinion, when I'm looking at this, and if I was trading, we got to break a structure here and a nice volume push. I would like to take that entry. It's pretty decent. This one here, we took out the highs and then we reverted and had to break a structure again. I love that one. This one, we did none of that. This one's very weak. I wouldn't necessarily, as a trader, wouldn't take that. This scenario as well, opening up, probably wouldn't take this trade. I wouldn't take that one because it's the beginning of the session. But we swept the low. We had a very strong volume push. I would probably take this one. And this is all just me visually thinking it through versus having a strategy script traded automatically, which you can do 100%. Like we figured out that inverse correlation work, or inverted strategy works really well, and that's why I gave you that strategy script as well. But in this case, when you're making your decision, and if you understand markets any bit, like just a tiny bit, like we took this low and then we held the low, right? We grabbed whatever we needed down here, we held the low, and created a very strong candle here with a signal that's correlated with the Dixie, and then we had a nice push. So that to me makes a lot more sense than trading every single signal, and that's kind of where it would come down to. So that's all I would say is when you're looking at it from the default. But like I wouldn't want to take this signal, to be honest. This one possible. We tried to go set that high, and then we broke structure here. Retraced, rejected again, and then got the signal. But yeah, so again, I gave you guys the links. Let me bring them up one more time. I don't know where I put those, to be honest. Where did I put them? There they are. Here you go. Here's the links one more time for you. Tristan, if you want more points, you just sign up for a plan, man. That's pretty much how it goes, like every AI out there, brother. We're going to have re-ups as well at some point. But, all right, guys, I'm going to call it a day. That's 2 hours, 14 minutes on the stream. I appreciate you. I'm going to pin both these links on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/LuxAlgo or at LuxAlgo on YouTube. and they will be in the pinned comment. These same links. Take a screenshot now if you haven't already. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.